All right, guys. Gonna do a quick comic review for all of you, and yeah, this is another book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. And today we're gonna be talking about Titans, Volume 3, Hard Feelings. This is the start of the John Layman run, although I don't know how long he was on the comic, if I'm being honest. I think he was at least on for Volume 4. I don't know if he did all the DCKO tie-ins and all that, but yeah. So this is after Tom Taylor's Darkwing Queen arc, which the Darkwing Queen storyline went too long, and everyone was drinking stupid juice in that book. And it was really kind of infuriating because I'm like, I've read a lot better Tom Taylor stories. So I was kind of the mindset of, I know Tom Taylor can do way better than this. Anyway, so what is this story about? So this is basically the Titans being integrated into the Justice League like everyone else, which I have to say, I don't know what it is, because I noticed this I talked about it in my JSA review. In there, I talked about how I kind of felt like the JSA were basically like, the JSA were basically kind of off-putting towards the Justice League, and then in the Titans, they're just like, they still have this chip on their shoulder of like, we were the Justice League's replacement too, but now we're in the Justice League and we don't like that. I'm like, I don't get why everyone's accepting the Justice being part of this new Justice League Unlimited if everyone's just going to just complain about it. I almost feel like it's a mouthpiece for the writers being like, now I have to be part of this big. Yeah, that's what it really feels like with Layman and Lemire. I don't know if I can speak for every writer, but it almost feels like these teen books are using, especially the teen books, are using this as a mouthpiece of like, nobody wanted now we have to be part of a massive Justice League and have to tie in with all those stories. Oh, give me a break. That's what it kind of feels like. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so this story basically is that now that Nightwing is dealing with all this stuff in Dan Watter's run, he's turning over leadership to Donna Troy. And right out the gate, Donna and the rest of the team are attacked by the Clock King. And basically, this whole comic really just feels like a comic series that feels like classic Titans. In fact, it feels like classic superheroes stories in general. John Layman, most of you guys would know best as the writer for Chew. He's also done a lot of other stories. He's not like, oh my god, it's John Layman. It's more like, oh, it's John Layman. You're not going to get like a great comic, but you're not going to get a bad comic either. You're just going to get a serviceable book. And that's what this book is, serviceable. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some cool things, like how he utilizes the Clock King. I'm always excited when you see the Clock King in here, and when he uses a new device to, like, mess with people's memories. Although I have to be honest, why is a guy obsessed with time using a thing that can mess with memories? I feel like that's more of a Dr. Destiny kind of thing. Maybe he wanted to use Dr. Destiny, because this whole plot feels like something from Dr. Destiny. But I guess he couldn't use him, so he just went with Clock King. Then we have Killer Frost, who goes villain again. And finally, we end with Psycho Pirate. It's really like the Titans just battling a lot of villains, and also like the team kind of holding it together, and Donna basically now like getting attracted to Roy again, which I'm like, so that doesn't, we're not gonna follow what goes on in Joshua Williamson's Hawkeye, are we? Because he's trying to get back together with Jade in that book. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like Layman just wants to write Titan stories, or he just knows like he's just doing a filler. Or he's just on this book for filler until they get the whole Jason Todd story going. I don't know. But yeah, it's more or less, this is in the backdrop. It is Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, being the master manipulator behind all this, using Clock King and Psycho Pirate, and even using Killer Frost's insecurities against her for a big endgame of recreating the crime syndicate, which I'm like, when did Slade Wilson care about creating the crime syndicate again? I don't know. It just, like, all of this just kind of feels like, it is fun adventures, don't get me wrong. It is really fun adventures, but at the same time, I just feel like this comic is just kind of going through the motions. Don't get me wrong, I still like this book. But now it just feels like we've hit the filler stuff. of this comic. I do like how he writes all of the characters. We get a lot of like classic adventures. We get, this feels like John Layman took a lot, and that's what I've noticed with a lot of Titan books is that they take a lot from the Teen Titans cartoon from the 2000s, which makes sense because a lot of these writers probably grew up on that. I'm just kind of like, we have Mammoth and Shimmer in here, in a really cute story. But I'm also like, look, guys, just use Jinx from the show. I know Jinx is already established. Jinx and Gizmo are already like established characters in the DC comics, but they already like brought back Gizmo and made him more like the cartoon. The only one they haven't done is Jinx. Just redo Jinx. I know she's already a pre-established character, but like you could just say that this is Jinx 2, this is the Gothalido one. Everyone just knows that character better for that one. So you can just say that this is the new Jinx. You brought in Red X, you brought in like a bunch of characters that are character exclusive from the cartoon. I'm shocked they haven't done Control Freak yet. I'm quite surprised they haven't brought in Control Freak in the DC universe. You brought Red X in. So yeah, in a most stupid shit way, by the way. God, Titans Academy was garbage. Anyway, so I think this is fine. I think it's good. It just feels more like John Layman is just like, I just got put on this book and I'm just kind of like, I know I'm not going to be here forever, so I'm just going to do my run and step out. So yeah, it's still good. I just had a joke in my head. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's just the thought of John Layman, like, it's just a little filler. It's still good. It's still good. That's what it feels like. It's just a little filler comic. It's still good. It's still good. Anyway, so Chris, thank you again for this book. I am curious to see what Deathstroke's game is, so I might as well just stick around. Let's see what happens in Volume 4. But anyway, if you've read Titans Hard Feelings, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.